right, so I've got my grill nice and smoking hot. And it's not raining right now, but it was a little while ago. And I'm just taking this olive oil with the tongs on the paper towel and sliding it across the grill where I'm going to put the steak. And that's going to oil up the grill a little bit, just enough to make sure that that steak doesn't stick. Okay, and on it goes. Okay, and now I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to come back in about 2 minutes, check it, rotate it to the right just a little bit to get some nice grill marks, and then flip it. So about 4 to 6 minutes each side, because I don't want it well done, but I don't want it raw. Okay, we'll be back. So we are back at our grill, and I've already turned it and flipped it and done all that stuff. I just want to let you guys know that when you're changing over from the raw meat, putting it onto the grill, to picking up the cooked meat, I've already switched out my tongs, and I have a new plate or platter or tin or whatever so that we're not cross-contaminating. So this looks like it's pretty good to me. I've done the X marks on both sides. And we're going to take it off and let it rest because it's going to have carryover cooking. It's going to continue to cook for about 5 minutes. So we're going to let it rest so that all the juices will go back in, and then we'll have a nice juicy piece of steak. So while we're letting our steak rest over here, and you can, I don't know if you can see, some of the juices are kind of coming back out. They'll go back in and it'll stay nice and juicy. I've also boiled down that leftover marinade so that you kill anything that is not safe for you, and you reduce it down to make it a little bit thicker for a sauce. So while that's all resting, we're going to make a quick black bean and corn salsa. And what I've got here is some fresh cilantro and some fresh, it's actually apple mint. So it smells a little appley and minty. It smells really good, actually. Just to give this a little extra zing, I'm just going to run my knife through this really quick and give it a rough chop here. And in the summer, you know, it's a lot easier for me to have access to fresh herbs because I can just pot them and put them out on my back porch. So these are the kinds of things I like to kind of keep on hand. Okay. I've already got in my bowl, because I've drained and rinsed them, a can of black beans, just plain black beans. Rinse them. You want to get all the starch and everything off of them and all the juices that came in the can. I'm going to put my herbs in there. Okay. And to that, I'm going to add one can of drained, just regular corn. If you've got fresh corn on the cob left over and you want to cut that corn off, that's great. Then I'm going to add 1 can of diced tomatoes, and I'm not draining these. Okay, and in those go. Let me just do some of this, just to give it a little extra crunch and zing. That's going to give me some nice, small pieces of red onion. So it's not going to be too overpowering. You're not going to bite into a huge chunk of onion. Okay, let's get that in there. Pretty simple and straightforward so far. And you know what? If you don't like onion, leave it out. A little bit more. Little trick, if you don't want to make your dressing from scratch for this, the Italian, but I'm not going to use this. I'm going to show you how to do it the right way. So just add some olive oil and some white wine vinegar. And again, I'm really just kind of eyeballing this, about 2 tablespoons. 1, 2. Okay. Then I want to add some garlic. And I'm using granulated garlic. Okay. Some oregano, some dried oregano. And a trick with the dried oregano is to just kind of crush it between your palms to kind of release the essence of it. Okay. Then I'm going to add, just to give this a little different taste, a little bit of ground cumin. It's kind of what makes chili smell like chili. It's just one of my favorite seasonings, so I kind of like to throw it into salsas. And a little turmeric, which is a root that they grind up. It's got a beautiful yellow color. Little salt, little fresh ground pepper, and mix it all up. And then you have a beautiful, colorful, fresh, All right, let's put this aside and cut up our steak and see how it looks. So we've gone ahead and sliced open our steak, and I want you to see the beautiful color. It's still kind of pink in the middle with the darker color on the outside. And when you slice this, you just really want to slice it on an angle across the grain. That way it's not so tough when you chew it, and you get a nice thick piece. And I like to try and slice it as thin as I can, but sometimes I'm not that coordinated, so. But you get the idea. Okay, let's take a couple of these slices and put them on our plate. Beautiful. I'm going to put a little bit of that reduced down marinade on here. You don't have to, it's just a little extra flavor. Make it look pretty. Kind of, sort of. And then I'm going to put a little of this salsa on the side. Nice, bright, beautiful colors. And that's the perfect grilling meal for a nice warm day. Or a rainy day when you want to pretend it's nice and warm and sunny. Cuts real easy. Get some of that sauce on there. That's perfect, even if I do say so myself. You can really taste the fresh lemongrass and the ginger in there. And it's really offset very nicely by the salsa because you've got the fresh herbs in there. And again, beautiful colors, so yum. So if you'd like this recipe, please contact us at viewermail@jtv.tv, or you can email me at inthekitchen@comcast.net, and I'll be happy to email it back to you. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on In the Kitchen.